A friend in need, NEWT. In every effort to make this second battle live up to the hype of the first battle, I needed to make some more contacts that would help build the brand. Since we decided to add the live element to Battle of the Beatmakers, we needed a source to get the equipment from. Someone put me on to Long & McQuade, the largest supplier of DJ and musical equipment in the country. I wasn't overly familiar with them prior to reaching out to them because I really had no reason to be. Once I became aware of the position they held for producers who were looking for equipment, I reached out and was somehow connected to a guy named NEWT. He was a seasoned accounts manager who seemed like he'd been at Long & McQuade longer than I'd been alive. I wore many hats during the inception of BBM, but one that I wasn't overjoyed about was having to knock on doors and ask for sponsorships, as I was always more comfortable in just creating my own way. Go it alone, you might say. I certainly had no issues when it came to a lack of ideas or creativity, but the financial means usually presented a problem. It sometimes felt demoralizing when you had a hot idea that you felt would work, but you had to beg people to believe in your vision. I hated it. But dealing with NEWT didn't feel like begging. It felt like trying to persuade an uncle about a good idea. In any case, I sat down with NEWT and explained BBM, the idea, the response we received, the media coverage we got, and what I thought we could do in the future. He listened tentatively, but it was a little hard to gauge whether it was the look of, I heard this all before, or I think he might be onto something. Either way, the end result was I walked away with all the equipment I needed to make the battle happen. He opened me an account with Long & McQuade, so now I could rent all the equipment I ever needed. I got the keyboards, drum machines, and headphones to set up the live aspect for producers to create beats live on the spot. Sound Resolve Studio provided the laptops, and we were good to go. And being that Long & McQuade store on Bloor Street in Toronto was only a short drive away from the venue, we could easily make any last-minute runs prior to the battle, which we always end up doing to make sure everything runs smoothly. I would reach back out to NEWT a year later and was surprised that he wouldn't return my calls or emails. To my knowledge, I didn't do anything that could jeopardize the relationship. Knowing the fickle nature of a lot of relationships in the local music industry, it sat in the back of my mind for months as I wondered what I did that caused him not to at least return a call or reply to an email. I would later find out NEWT, my initial connection to Long & McQuade, had suffered a heart attack and passed away. Wow.